Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of me failing with FailRace. Yes, my driving standards were at best below par and it was an unravelling disaster right before my eyes. Our next race was on a track which was over 16 miles long and we were using pre-1960s cars. So this could obviously go one way. I was the only one being different and using a 4.5 litre Bentley whilst everyone else was using Mercury coupes. As it turns out, none of them were particularly good choices. Boy, do I love trees which look destructible but are actually indestructible. I proceed to get stuck in this very position for 30-ish seconds and pretty much ruining my entire race. Yeah, that was pretty awful. It was at this point that I then suddenly remembered that this car had no off-road tyres, and that was probably the reason why grip on this surface was near enough impossible. However, despite this, and also despite the fact that the tyres were about as wide as most bicycles, I still somehow managed to have quite a good finish to this race, or at least in battling terms. If on the off chance that Bumpy D is indeed watching this, then no offence, I'm not in the slightest bothered by the move you made there. Both our races were completely ruined at that point, so it didn't matter. If you went for the move, I didn't care. It was fine. So we all move on from that. And then the next race was, for me, by far and away the worst point of the whole session, especially from my point of view. In this race, we were using modern muscle cars in S1 class around a very good circuit going on the outskirts of Edinburgh. and this was the lowest point of all by a mile. Me and Madman ran quite wide into the final corner, and I was trying to get the best run I could onto the main straight. However, in doing so, I understeered into Madman, who then, in turn, missed a checkpoint. That was completely my stupid, and in hindsight, I probably should have pulled over and give you the position back, but at the time I didn't, so if Madman is watching this, I know I've already said sorry to you in the Xbox messaging service, but even so, if you are on the off chance watching this, then I'm sorry. It was completely my bad. At least that race had a exciting finish. Thankfully, the final race was much better, and whilst I don't think I drove amazingly, I did at least have some very exciting battles. So this last race was B-class cars around another Edinburgh street circuit. And that was it. That was all the 6 races I managed to compete in. 5 of them pretty appallingly, and 1 of them in which I did sort of averagely on. That will be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm sorry that my standards were not quite up to the level that I had hoped. However, that is just sometimes how racing goes, and you gotta move on from them, and I'm sure in the future I'll be a lot more competitive if I ever get into another FailRace session again. However, thank you all very much for watching this video, guys. Until the next time, goodbye.